I am Kevin Chandler, one of the men of faith, and this is my why. The other three brothers are Roger Thaxton, Wayne Wiley, and Greg Barnes. And I'm here today to let you know that God is able. Why do I say that? I say that because I've tried him, and I know that he's able. My beginning was that I was blessed with the gift of engineering, technology. I could fix anything. Matter of fact, as I was growing up, I used to take everything apart and put it back together. My family would just get upset with me because that was me. That's what I did. And so from that love, I went to college. From college, I was able to get a job a week after I graduated from college in New York City. I was doing what I loved to do. It was my time. I was making good money. Matter of fact, the president of the company said that I wanted to take his job. I said, no, I just want to be able to do what I do. And I did. And from that love, I was there for 5 years in New York City. And in the big city, the bright lights, the lights never go off. Nobody ever sleeps, it seems. And so I became a part of that lifestyle. From the love and what I did, a love of what I was doing, it turned into tragedy. And I say that because the tragedy came because over the years, as I was working, I was able to work with people of means. I worked in law firms. I worked in financial institutions, in banks, and they were able to, the money was not an issue. And because of that, at the end of the day, there were times in which we would go out. And from going out and drinking, and again, I was with people of means, so there was never a time where I had to pay for it. But overall, freedom's not free. And so therefore, I did pay for it in the long run. And I'll get to the point where I came to realize that it wasn't me. I was working, and we were going out from time to time. And during that time, it was a time where the World Trade Center, there was a bombing at the World Trade Center. And so we were contracted to go into the World Trade Center to clean up, to get the computers back working. And during that time, it was just an opportunity where my career kind of catapulted. And not knowing that in all of that, God had his hands on me. Because as I was working in New York City, traveling, I was living in New Jersey. We commute back and forth from New Jersey to New York City every morning, constantly. And God watched over us and kept us. We traveled by car for maybe a year into the city. God kept us, didn't have an accident, didn't have any issues. Nobody robbed us, didn't break into the car. On the last day that we were leaving New York City, had an accident with a trash truck. And then, and I say that because we moved from New Jersey, from New York into New Jersey. So New Jersey, I was just taking the train back and forth, train to the city, train back home. And so while I was going to work every day at night, I would go to work, go back to work, because what I would do is, in my spare time, there were individuals who wanted us to do work individually on the side. And so we did that and continued to go working at night, going out after that to the early morning hours. And that continued day and night, day and night. I'd go to work, I'd leave work at 6 o'clock in the morning. I'd come home about 4 or 5 in the morning, just enough time to shower, get dressed, and go back out to do it again. And I did that, but also I was thinking that I was doing what I love to do. But all the while, I had a problem. And that problem was I had become an alcoholic. Didn't really identify to know that what was happening at the time, because I was just doing my job, did what I loved. I was able to do that and do it well, but still I was drinking. I was drinking every night. And then there was one night, and it's ironic that the World Trade Center, we were there doing some work there, but I went out to drink with some friends from a law firm. They were the purchasing agents for that law firm. And, it wasn't anything for them to just invite you to go out to have some drinks. So we did. We went out to drink. The drinks turned into going to shoot some pool. From there, it turned out to going to eat. So time is continuing going on. And all of this time that I'm doing this, I'm doing what I love, I had a family at home. I had a family at home, a young daughter, and I took them for granted. Because all I thought was I was going to work, I was having a good time, but I was still providing for them. But all the while, I wasn't present. And so what I love to do, it caused pain. What I love to do, it caused trouble. And from that, I was drinking one night. And the people that I went out to drink with, I was so drunk that they put me in a taxi cab, paid for my fare to take me to the World Trade Center to get on the train to go back home to New Jersey. When I got to the World Trade Center, I paid the cab driver again. I found this out later. After which I made my way down to the subway. I sat there on the bench waiting for the train to come. And it was that very moment that God intervened in what I was doing. I was sitting there waiting for the train, and each and every time, I counted 6 times that the train came, and I could not move to get on the train. And God showed me myself. It was as if I had an out-of-body experience. He showed me, and I could just hear him clearly, and it was as if he was just shaking his head in disgust. Just look at yourself. Look at yourself. And it was at that time I realized that I wasn't doing what was right. But it didn't stop there, because eventually I got on the train, made it home. Don't know how I made it home, but I got home. And that morning I was there in the bed, and the phone kept ringing. And after a night of drinking, my head was banging, and all I could hear was that telephone just keep on ringing, keep on ringing. And my wife was there, she answered the phone, and it just got to me to ask her what and who was calling. And she said, your friends were calling just to make sure that you made it back home. And from that very moment, there laying on that bed, I said to myself, I don't need no other grown person to be concerned about my welfare, because that was my responsibility. And on that bed, laying there, I prayed to God, asking God to take that desire from me. And he did. But I want to tell you how he did it. See, after praying to God and telling God to just come into my life and take it over, it wasn't a means of me going through the paces of joining into Alcoholics Anonymous. And see, I knew that I was an alcoholic because as I was growing up, I was around people who drank, and there were those who were oftentimes, they had a certain smell to them. And anyone that's ever drank, you would understand, because after drinking so much, that alcohol starts to come through your pores. And those that drink don't really notice that or identify. And guess what? That's something you cannot wash off. Can't wash it off. That smell stays with you. And that was me. You know, as I was looking back over time, yeah, I would come home, shower, get dressed, and go right back to work. And there I was, sitting on that subway car and noticing that odor. And guess what? It was coming from me. And so God, over time, God took that very desire from me. I didn't go through a 12-step program, didn't go to Alcoholics Anonymous. He just took that very desire for me to ever drink again away. But in the same way he took that desire, he also took away what I loved and what I thought I loved, because very soon after that I prayed to God and he took that desire from me, he also caused a tragic incident where I had to move, and so I had to leave the city. And my family and I, we moved to Wilmington, Delaware. So therefore, I was no longer able to do that which I love to do, but I was yet meeting the needs of my family. And from that point, it was a love that I desired. God not only had to take away the desire of alcoholism, but he also took the love of me being able to do that stuff, working on computers, fixing things, making things work. Yeah, I do things now, I work with them, but it's not like it was when I first started. And I say that to let you know that God is able to change. And individuals, many times, they think that they just can't get out of that rut. They can't get out of that situation. But I'm here to let you know that God is able. And from that very point, I moved to Wilmington, Delaware. I got involved with a church there in Wilmington, Delaware, and that church changed my life. And I'll tell you how it just simply happened. My wife and my daughter, we went to this church one Sunday, and we sat through the service. At the end of the service, we were about to leave, and there was one lady that walked up to me, and she walked up and gave me a hug. And she gave me a hug and said that she loved me and invited us back again. And just that gesture that she made, here I am today as a minister of the gospel. Yes, it was a long walk from there until then. And matter of fact, it's been 26 years since I've been in the ministry. God has blessed me tremendously along the way. But see, he had to take away a desire in order for me to be able to do what I do and to let you know that God is able. He's able. And all you have to do is pray unto him, turn it all over to him, and he will do just that. One thing I've come to realize is that God said that I will never leave you nor forsake you. And see, I grew up in the church. I grew up in the church here in Halifax County. When I graduated from school, I said I'm leaving and never coming back. And I've been back here going on 25 years in the area. And all I've been doing is just enjoying Jesus, enjoying his greatness, because he's able to take any desire that you have and turn it into victory. May God continue to bless you and keep you. Thank you. You can find Men of Faith on social media. Just Google us.